Could it be game over for game rooms here in Nueces County as county commissioners consider new regulations?
This law that the commissioners would put in place would certainly help in defining what they can and can't do.
Tonight, a look at the murky laws surrounding these rooms right now. What makes some legal and others prohibited?
Gambling is still illegal in the state of Texas, and we have an obligation to enforce all laws.
Plus, a look at the dangerous side of these establishments.
And I didn't even realize I was shot until somebody said I was bleeding.
And why some can't get enough when it comes to these games of chance.
Sometimes when I'm anxious, I'll just go to the game room and I relax there.
A special edition of KRIS 6 News at 10 begins now.
This is a special edition of KRIS 6 News.
Good evening and thank you so much for joining us. I'm Pat Simon. There you see my partner Katya. She's out tonight at what's up to last week one of the most popular game rooms in town. She'll be joining us in just a moment as we kick off our special coverage on game rooms here in our area. But first, continuing coverage on a story our 6 Investigates team first broke. We are talking about the latest drama for the Nueces County Medical Examiner's Office. Just a couple of hours ago, County Commissioners accepted the resignation of Chief Medical Examiner Adele Shaker, effective tomorrow. Shaker is out on bond after he was arrested last Tuesday on 17 felony counts of violating the Texas Occupation Code. According to an arrest affidavit, Shaker allegedly knew his former deputy chief ME did not have the proper license when he hired her and lied about it. Precinct 4 Commissioner Brent Chesney says the court has instructed the county attorney to work with Shaker on details of his resignation. In the meantime, Dr. Ray Fernandez will step in as interim chief medical examiner.
Dr. Fernandez, I think, has agreed to do it for 30 days. Then we're going to contract, which we also did in there today, with a headhunter firm, if you will, to hire us someone on a temporary basis, because there are people out there that will kind of be a medical examiner for hire for a short period of time until we find the right person.
The court is still in search for a permanent replacement. Chesney says the county has made an offer to a deputy chief medical examiner from Travis County and are waiting for his reply. And for a look at all the coverage on the ME story and our 6 Investigates team has uncovered, just log on to our website, kristv.com. Now to our coverage on game rooms here in our area. And there's a lot of ground to cover. Tonight we are looking at what makes some establishments legal and others illegal. We'll also take a look at new regulations Nueces County Commissioners will be discussing tomorrow. And there's also the dangers surrounding these establishments. We're going to hear from someone that knows that all too well. Plus, the impact game rooms are having on local charities and bingo halls. You may be surprised. And finally, gambling addiction and how to break the cycle. We start with the legality of game rooms, and for that we turn it over to Katya, who is live tonight over at Primetime Game Room on Saratoga near Weber. And Katya, the laws can be a bit murky when it comes to game rooms here in the Lone Star State, right?
Right. In fact, Pat, that murkiness, if you will, is one of the reasons why Primetime here on the South Side, a really popular game room, shut its doors for the time being. And we had a chance to talk to Corpus Christi police about the laws. And to be blunt, they say those laws can be complex.
It's somewhat complicated. So number one, if you're playing a game of chance, or even if there's some skill involved, and you are paid in cash for winning that game, that is gambling. There is an exception to the gambling statute that allows certain establishments like arcades, game rooms, kiddie game rooms, and whatnot to operate. And that exception is you can pay a reward, but it has to be, it can't be cash. It has to be like a toy or something like that.
Police also say the prize you win at these establishments cannot be more than 10 times the amount of one spin or play, and it cannot be over $5 in value. Now, tomorrow, Nueces County Commissioners are actually going to discuss new laws or some new preventatives, things that they can put in place for these establishments. And my partner, fellow journalist Seth Kovar, joins us. You had a chance to talk with commissioners about what they're going to propose tomorrow.
Yeah,
Seth.
Katya, I spoke to a couple of county commissioners, also spoke to a couple of their colleagues on the city council. They've all heard lots of complaints about game rooms, including their location, how late they stay open, and what happens inside and outside of them.
I support some sort of ordinance, and I think we've done a pretty good job of getting this one put together.
The game room ordinance Brent Chesney and the other members of the Commissioners Court will consider tomorrow came after months of consulting with police and other groups. Right now, CCPD has to raid such a business where people play slot machine style games to find out if they're breaking the law. That's costly and takes lots of manpower, but the ordinance would make it illegal for a game room operator to deny an officer entry for an inspection.
This will give us the teeth to shut them down, fine them, do whatever we need to do.
That fine would be big under the proposed ordinance, up to $10,000, and the operator could spend up to a year in jail. It's one of the reasons a fellow commissioner's on board.
I've never been to one, but I think they should be regulated. There should be some rules down.
The proposed ordinance actually has lots of rules for game rooms. Among them, they can't be within 1,500 feet of schools, churches, and neighborhoods. They'd only be able to be open between 10 in the morning and 9 at night, and never on Sunday. And like other gaming businesses, they'd have to be city approved, something a city council member would like to see.
I think that they need to receive permits, just like everything else that we have, especially like our bingo establishments.
Another councilman says it's up to the Commissioners Court to pass such an ordinance, which CCPD leaders hope they do.
The way the state law is drafted, the county commissioners are responsible for adopting the law and how the policy will work with respect to game rooms. And Chief Markle said as soon as they get that done, then they can enforce it.
Another rule that the ordinance would put on game rooms is having to have a security officer on site with a metal detecting wand to make sure no guns get inside the game room. You can read the 30-plus page ordinance from our website. That's KRISTV.com. Now, Katya, with that vote coming tomorrow on the ordinance, we're going to have that for you, the results on our website as well, and also have it for you right here on KRIS 6.
All right, on air and online. All right, Seth Kovar, thank you for that. And listen, one of the things that we keep hearing from residents when we talk to them about game rooms is they say that they're concerned about the crime that surrounds these establishments. And police say that the crimes that happen here can vary.
Everything from minor crimes, minor thefts, auto burglaries, all the way up to murders, as you just mentioned, aggravated robberies. These game rooms, since they handle large amounts of cash, they become pretty good targets for robberies.
Shot in the stomach. That is what happened to a local security man who says he will never, ever work at a game room again. We had a chance to talk to him about what Nueces County commissioners are going to propose tomorrow, and he says he doesn't have a lot of faith in it. He doesn't think it's going to help. Here's his story.
It just felt like somebody hit me in the tip with a sledgehammer, and I didn't even realize I was shot until somebody said I was bleeding.
On February 11, 2020, 2 men walked into the Buena Suerte game room on Everhard Road. They were armed and demanded cash. Ross Wagner said there were about 20 people in the game room.
I mean, my whole focus was just them, to get them out of here and nobody get hurt.
He immediately confronted the pair when the 15-year-old gunman shot him.
Well, it hit me here in the stomach, and for some unknown reason that nobody can figure out, it hit me here, and now I have a burn mark on the outside of my hip here. And it came back and lodged in my behind. And that's where so they were waiting for the bullet to work its way out.
The former Marine was hospitalized for a week, and he was out of work for a month and a half. The veteran says the hard part was having his wife, who takes care of their son with special needs full time, take care of him.
She's awesome. I mean, my wife is one of the greatest people I've ever met that I know. And she been over, bent over backwards to make sure I was taken care of, and she helped me get on my crutches and all that, and to make sure that I had plenty of room to sit down and all that. And
going back to work was pretty emotional for Wagner. His wife and mom were not happy he was working as a security guard, except this time for area retailers.
I was a lot more aware of my surroundings.
But it didn't take long before a game room asked for help.
So the same company that I worked for has actually offered me a job there to do it twice, and I've turned them down.
And why is that?
Because I'm afraid it may happen again. And I don't know how I would survive the second time. So, sorry.
When asked about Nueces County's plans to restrict game rooms from being open between the hours of 11 p.m. and 8 a.m., Wagner said this.
In my personal opinion, I think it's the right idea because most crimes happen between those hours. Do I think it's going to work? Honestly, I don't think so.
Very emotional there. Wagner saying that once he was shot, he realized life is just too short. So you know what he did? He enrolled at Texas A&M Kingsville. He is majoring in kinesiology because he says he wants to teach students and he wants to coach them. And listen, Pat, as I wrap up my coverage here from the South Side, I have to tell you that those game rooms that are still in business, it is big business for them. They are packed. There are so many people who frequent those game rooms.
And they really are, Katya, and people really love them for a variety of reasons. And many are citing the convenience of going to local establishments as opposed to traveling to Louisiana or Oklahoma, even Las Vegas. One person that we talked with told us about the sense of community that these places foster for her.
It's like everybody's kind of like a little community, like everybody knows each other from, you know, the different game rooms and stuff. We'll get together and go to the game room. Before my mom passed away, that was our together time because she was older. And I see a lot of older people, you know, with their children, take them to the game room to get them out the house.
The popularity of game rooms is having a surprising impact on our area. It's impacting local charities. The reason? Turns out local charities receive funding from bingo halls, and those establishments have seen a serious hit on their businesses since these game rooms started popping up. Our Javier Guerra has more.
14 and 71, verse 11.
Bingo halls are the place to be for many area residents, but did you know it's not only about fun and games?
The funding that we get from the bingo parlors, the bingo games, is a good percentage of our annual funding that we give out.
Did you know that with the stamp of a bingo card, you could be helping a local charity across the coastal bend? Several nonprofits across the coastal bend, like the Kingsville Navy League, depend on bingo halls for a portion of their profits. In fact, many bingo halls here in Nueces County help nonprofits in neighboring counties like Clayburgh County.
We support the Navy Ball and the Marine Corps Ball, where the funding that we give allows the most junior enlisted people, sailors and Marines, to attend that free of charge.
With the recent surge of game rooms across the coastal bend, many bingo halls have lost participants. Nonprofits like the Rotary Club of Kingsville has also had a hard time collecting funds.
In the funding that we received from the bingo halls, we used those funds to do service projects within our community, one being building ramps for handicapped or disabled people, veterans, and regular citizens.
The decision by Nueces County Commissioners on Wednesday could have a trickle-down impact on nonprofits around the area. Javier Guerra, KRIS 6 News.
And our coverage of game rooms in our area continues after this break. Next, a look at gambling addiction and the help available for those just struggling to hang on.
You're watching a special edition of KRIS 6 News.
Welcome back to our special on local game rooms. We can't talk about game rooms without mentioning gambling addiction. Earlier today, I spoke with local psychologist Dr. Catherine Seward, and I asked her about the warning signs of gambling addiction.
Great question. The hard part is that a gambling addiction is actually one of the more secretive addictions. And so it's hard to know that you have it until you get feedback from external sources. And that might come from a spouse who's complaining about the addiction, or the fact that you're losing a lot of money, or avoiding social connections and events with other people because you're too busy gambling and it's become an addiction.
So let's talk about finding your way back then and picking up that 800-pound telephone and asking for some help to break through that cycle of gambling. How do we do that?
That's a great point. It is really difficult. The first part is to shine the light on the secret and to gain understanding and actually understand what it is and talk about it with someone close to you or somebody that you trust. And, you know, the way that you get help with it is you avoid being kind of tempted to gamble when you have a gambling addiction, maybe by not going to the places that tempt you or not watching certain sports on TV if you've become addicted to gambling on certain sports. Sometimes you need to get professional help and seek therapy to get help for this.
Absolutely. So if you or someone you love is struggling from a gambling addiction, call or text the number right there on your screen. It's the National Problem Gambling Helpline. We also have that number on our website, KRISTV.com. Up next, meteorologist Stephanie Lauber in for Dale tonight. She'll have your weather forecast. Stick around for that.